Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby. And today, you guys, I'm showcasing, as promised to my faithful subscribers, my updated Galaxy Eyes Photon deck. I'm so hyped about the new support, you guys. This deck just got so much better. On a multiplying scale, this deck has gotten at least 5 times better, literally in comparison to how it was without the new support. It's really good now. It's actually a competitive tier 2 deck. It really is. And it's one of the sleeper decks of this format. I think this deck and Cyber Dragons are really good right now. Like, they're really good. They have great matchups against a lot of the meta decks. This deck is really powerful. Its turn 1 boards are nearly impregnable. I just really enjoy playing the deck. And can you imagine having a deck that's super duper fun, beautiful and gorgeous artwork, amazing and consistent with what it does, being the same thing pretty much every single time, no matter how you do it. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. But also the fact that it's not just that fun, but it's actually good. And it can actually set up boards that are viable to combat meta decks. Not like a, oh, I set a solemn strike and I pass. No, bro, like this deck has some crazy boards. It has crazy OTK potential. It can break boards because of the Galaxy package, because of cards in the main deck that you play. The arsenal is amazing. It has such a huge, vast, and diverse toolbox at its disposal. It's really afforded so many different plays. This deck is awesome, you guys. So, without further ado and rambling, I'm going to showcase you guys the way I'm playing Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons. The deck is so awesome. Let's get into it. We have triple Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, the star and heart and soul, the king, the ruler of the deck. There are a lot of effects that cannot resolve unless you have him in a specific place, like grave, as an XYZ material, and also in hand, which is something really important to keep in mind. Don't get it twisted. Because of that, the deck's its actual archetype already has so many ways to search it, so you will not have an issue of not having this card. But keep in mind that it's really important to open up with it, which is why you play 3, and also just keep it in rotation. Sometimes you need one in grave, and then you need another one in hand. That's why it's so good to have multiples. It's one of the cards that you can actually afford to draw multiples of, and it won't be a brick. It summons itself. It's a battle god. It can never be killed by battle because of its own effect. It increases attack to be even higher than 3,000. This card is just incredible, you guys. It really is. Let's go ahead and move these up here. All right, so moving forward next with the monster lineup, we have triple Galaxy Knight. Now, Galaxy Knight is the best normal summon of the deck, but now because we have cards like Galaxy Trance and other new support and ways to extend your board without normal summoning, you can always afford to normal summon your Galaxy Wizard, which obviously is a better normal summon as far as card economy goes, but Galaxy Knight's such a for rank 8 plays. But now because of Trance, you can afford to not normal summon your Knight and still end on your rank 8 play, which is really good. Next up, we also have triple Galaxy Soldier. Oh man, I long for the day that we get a rank 5 Galaxy monster so that we can actually resolve our Trance and do some different combos like that. And we can play Photon Slasher again. Slasher, the level 5 guy. But Soldier is amazing. What's really important with your combo sequences is to get your value, basically to accrue and generate your advantage and your value without your normal summon, because your one normal summon really does matter. And it doesn't mean that you can't make your boards without your normal summon, but it's like, it's really important to have cards like Soldier and to have cards like Photon Orbital and Vanisher and Thrasher and Brave. You know, all these cards summon themselves for free and normally replace themselves with another card, which is really important because your normal summons really need to go to either Knight or your Wizard. Those are the best ways to normal summon. But yeah, Soldier is incredible. It's way better in its own deck, not even in, you know, Cyber Dragons or ABCs. You know, a lot of decks abuse this card, but he belongs in this deck. He's the best in this deck. He has a lot of a plethora, a myriad of search targets. He's a combo extender. This card plus Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is a 2-card combo that will end you on any rank 8 that you want, which is really good. So yeah, that's a 2-card combo, just food for thought. It's really easy to set up. Triple Galaxy Wizard, I'm still maximizing on this card. I feel that Galaxy Wizard is a really high-selling card. It searches out some of your best combo playmakers, searches out your recovery cards, your extenders, your reborn cards. Depending on how your build is, it can even search outs. So yeah, the card's really flexible. It's not even once per turn. You want to maximize and resolve it as many times as you can. It can still make itself a level 8. So it pays for itself in so many ways. That's just more than one. Continuing on with the lineup of the family, I have to push these guys back, Okay. And then let's get these guys back. The family is beautiful. So the archetype itself is galaxies and photons ran together. They're two separate archetypes that actually belong together in cohesion. They're a beautiful hybrid variation. And they have searchers for each archetype, which makes the deck extremely consistent, being that it's going to be able to generate the turn 1 boards that you want every time because you have a lot afforded to your arsenal. We also have triple Photon Orbital. So Galaxy Wizard searches for any Galaxy card, but the beauty of Orbital, and also he doesn't have to be normal summoned, is he searches for any Photon or Galaxy monster, and all you do is just equip him from your hand or your field to any of your Photon or Galaxy monsters. They'll gain 500. They'll be unable to be destroyed by battle, and whenever you want to, you can just send him to the grave, do his own effect, and just search, which is really good. Next up, we have triple Photon Vanisher. Boy, oh boy, this card is good. This card is really good, you guys. The free body on field, getting your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, sometimes just to get into my link, to get the 2 monsters on field to make my link, and then do Infinity and then do Lord, I end up using my searcher on this guy and then use him to search the Galaxy Dragon and then link with him and another monster to make my Galaxy Eyes Flare and then grab something. You know, just you can really do some nutty plays with this deck. It has a lot of archetype-based searchers. You know, it can suffer the Colossus. That's something that you have to keep in mind. But obviously, you can basically craft your main deck for that matchup as well as your side deck. Then we have double Photon Thrasher. Really good starter card, but it can clog, it can break, and it will. I have played it at 3 in the past. I've played this deck since 2012. So that's, what, 6 years. So I have 6 years of experience and knowledge on this deck. So I kind of have a lot of experience, and I really do understand the ins and outs. And I've just learned from experience that Thrasher is a really, really good card, but it can break. The 1 reinforcement just supplements for that missing 3rd slot for your Thrasher because it's good to open with, but it can clog in multiples. And after turn 1, it's pretty much a dead card. Double Brave. Boy, oh boy, you guys. I love Brave so much, bro. This card is an alternative dragon, basically. It's the Archetypes Blue Eyes alternative dragon. This deck, in my opinion, is better than Blue Eyes. It has a lot more going for itself. It has more competitive turn 1 boards. It has a better chance at breaking boards, and it does a lot of the stuff that Blue Eyes does, except this deck was doing it first. Blue Eyes got their new support later. Galaxy Eyes were already around. So yeah, you just reveal a Photon monster, special summon this guy. He becomes the level of whatever you revealed. The best way to do it is you just reveal your Photon Dragon. You know, and then you also have other searchable Photon monsters, so you can extend your rank 4 plays. You can do Exciton Knights. You can do Starlight's Photon Blast, or you can just go into your rank 8s, which is the best way. I really wish he just said reveal any Photon or Galaxy, because then this guy can be a rank 5 extender, which is really cool, so that you can actually end on Pleiades and Infinity, which is just crazy, but he only works with Photons. And after you summon him and he modifies his level, he can target a Galaxy monster in your grave. And check this out, bro. His attack and defense become the attack and defense of that monster. You can target your 4,000 beater, and this guy becomes reveal and special a free 4,000 beater that you didn't even have to work for. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. This deck can game your opponent. Like, this deck just games your opponent out of nowhere, bro. Like, it's just, dude, like, this deck is really strong going second. It's a really powerful OTK deck. But the beauty is, when you're going first, you have a higher chance of winning because you're setting up so many negates, so many disruptions. But going second, oh yeah, you can game your opponent, especially because of a card like this. We have 1 Cleric. I like the 1 Cleric. I actually think it's a very, very high ceiling card. Being able to recycle any Photon or Galaxy cards, including your spells and your traps, is broken. And draw 2 cards, that's a +1, you guys. And really, I look at it as a +3 because I got a free monster on field and 2 extra cards in hand. I can link with this. Yeah, it's a really good recovery play. And there's a fun little loop that you can do with this and Soul Flare, where you can Soul Flare to add this and then use this to put Soul Flare back, and then Soul Flare to add this and use this to put Soul Flare back. And it's a loop. You never deck out. You never, ever run out of resources. That's why you don't play Pot of Desires, even though it's a good card. You just don't. Not for my list. And that's why I like playing him as a 1-of. You don't need more. And he can also put himself under any of your XYZs as a material, which can help you just to break boards even further. We have Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon. He's another extender of the deck. He's a monster reborn on legs, and he, similar to Cleric, can put himself under any of your XYZs as a material. So you can just basically use him to revive a full armor Photon Dragon, for example. Then attach itself as a material and then pop another card and then swing for 4,000, which can just be game. Yeah, a lot of monsters, you guys. They're all beautiful. Their artwork is amazing. And it's the whole family, bro. Look at that. It's the whole family, you guys. This deck is awesome. The combos are delicious. They're beautiful. The deck just goes ham, bro. It really does. It does so much, and I really love that you can be really flexible with the boards that you're in on. I mean, there is a very, very good board of Infinity and Photon Lord, but you can even in on boards with Galaxy Eyes type, with Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, and then your Photon Lord, and you can link it up into basically having it set up like this: Soul Flare, Griffin, this guy, and this guy right here, which is really powerful when you consider it. It's really hard to do it with Infinity. For some reason, like, it's really hard to do with Infinity. I don't know why. But yeah, it's easier to end it like this. And what you end up having is you have a negator for any hand traps, any normal summonable monsters, and then all special summon monsters can be dealt with. And then you can still negate spells, and then you still have a pop with Soul Flare in case they try to bring a Link monster out, and you could just pop that Link monster, and then they're still under Griffin. And that board, you really have to open Photon Sanctuary for that to be possible. But yeah, it's the nuts. It really is. This deck, like I said, it goes bananas. It's super fun, bro. It really is. And I think that's what makes the deck even better, is like you're having fun while you're doing it. It's really fun. Like, it can be addicting fun. It's like you wake up at 3 in the morning, you're like, I'm about to play my Galaxy Eyes real quick. Let me pull my Galaxy Eyes out real quick. Let me just do some test hands. Or, oof, I need to go to a locals right now. So spells, triple trade-in. Since I don't play Desires, I really wanted to maximize on this. You're never, ever going to have this as a deck card. You have, can I just count all the ways that you have to search out your Galaxy Eyes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. And then he's still at 3. This Galaxy Brave's a target. Your Knight's a target. Oh, but then factor in that you have all these at 3. That's 12 more cards that search it. So yeah, it's never dead. And it's okay to open multiples too, because you can set it up really well. And you can even, there was times that I had an awkward double trade in hand. I traded in, I drew 2 cards, and then I linked up into him, and then I added Galaxy Eyes from grave to hand, and then traded in again. And this guy even helps to extend Soldier. You basically do a 2-card Soldier. You can go Soldier, discard a light, summon him, search a copy of himself, link up into this guy, and then add a light back, and then discard and summon Soldier again, which is really good. So yeah, Soul Flare is just broken, you guys. You can play under pressure with that card. So triple trade in. We also have triple Photon Sanctuary. This card is ridiculously good, you guys. It's an MVP. It's not even once per turn. When you open doubles of this, you're nearly guaranteed to have your Griffin board, which is really powerful. And because it's a Photon card, you can even put it back into your main deck with your Cleric. So yeah, it's really good. And a really awesome interaction with this card is when your board gets broken, with this 1 card in hand, especially because you can search it off a Galaxy Lord, so you're going to have it. With this 1 card in hand, and you have no other cards in your hand, and your board's broken, when you set up that nasty turn 1 board with Soul Flare and other cards, you can just play this, get the tokens, bring this guy out, use his effect, add Galaxy Knight from your grave to hand, or Cleric and draw 2, but Galaxy Knight's better. Normal Galaxy Knight, bring back your Galaxy Eyes, and off of 1 card, you end on this board. Off of 1 card. And this is as a recovery play, so it's not turn 1. This is if your board gets broken. You end on basically the same board that just broke off of this one spell that generates 2 tokens. Come on, you guys. Come on. And this is going to search for another card. So you're going to end up still with 1 card, so you get a +3. And you can search for another one of this, so you can pop with Soul Flare, negate with him, off of 1 card, you guys. Like, come on, bro. This deck is good. This deck is good, bro. It really is. So yeah, Photon Sanctuary is just broken. Long story short, it's like one of the best spells in the deck. Next up for our 2-ofs, we have 2 Galaxy Expedition and 2 Excellite, the starter cards of the deck. I don't like 3 Expedition because it does require a setup. And for me, anytime there's cards that require a setup, I like to naturally play them at 2 unless they're so broken that you really want to open up with them. This card is searchable and recyclable, and it's only hard once per turn, so it's not like opening with multiples is always that great. And sometimes it's better to just search it out, but you'll still open with it a fair amount. It's just a great card. It can set you up into your Soldier. Even if you didn't open with Soldier, it can end up having your allowing you to make your second rank 8, because you can do your Galaxy Knight play. Then you can reveal Galaxy Braver, special itself as a level 8. Activate Expedition, summon another level 8, and then you have 4 level 8, so you have 2 rank 8s and your Soul Flare. So yeah, this can set up really good boards. I like that it's like Build-A-Bear Workshop. It's like, what board do you want to make? Go ahead and make it. Excel Light, I know some people don't like the card, but I actually love it because it's 2 extra copies of all your combo pieces. You have to consider that it's not a Galaxy or Photon card, but it does tutor any of your guys out from deck, and their effects are not negated, so you can get your searches started. This leads into Infinity plays. This leads into rank 8 plays. It leads into your extenders, your recoveries. You can even just Excel Light out your Galaxy Cleric and draw 2, which is still really broken. And even though you don't get to normal summon, remember what I was telling you about this deck. You have all of these ways to generate your plays, make your plays happen without even normal summoning. And you have searchable spell extenders that can make your board, like the new card that we're going to talk about right now, Galaxy Trance. This can make a board without even normal summoning. This card, normally when you have this card in rotation, like off of your 2 and 3 card combos, this is your ending board, because you can only go into Galaxies off of this. So you end up Titanic Galaxy, because he is a Galaxy monster, as I just learned that he actually is a Galaxy monster, which is just something really cool. So you end on Photon Lord, Titanic Galaxy, and Solar Flare when you end up using this, because the turn you use it, you can only summon Photon and Galaxy monsters. And what it does is basically like a weird soul charge. You pay 2,000, you special a Galaxy monster from your you special 1 Photon monster from your grave, and then you special 1 Galaxy monster from your deck with the same level. I wish that it just said Photon or Galaxy for both, because this could be a one card like pretty much anything, as long as it's a Galaxy or Photon. So if, for example, we had a rank 5 Galaxy, this could be a 1 card rank 5, which is really powerful, but it's still a 1 card rank 8. It's a 1 card Star Leech Photon Blast. That's an extender as well, because there were really cool interactions where I ended my board, and once I summoned this guy, I special summoned Galaxy Cleric. I'm sorry, not Galaxy Cleric. I special summoned the Photon Vanisher from my hand, and Vanisher searched off the Galaxy Eyes. And that was just really broken, because then I had the fodder for my Link monster to discard and pop without wasting Lord's effect to search, which is really cool. So yeah, I really like it. Photon Vanisher is amazing. It really is. But this card is broken, and you can search it. But I like playing 2 of it, because I actually prefer to open it. And while you can recycle it, like I said, I really prefer to open it. I feel it as a 1-of, you have a lower chance of seeing it, and then you have to waste your searchers on it. But as a 2-of, you'll see it just as much as you see these others. It can be a starter card, but I really think it's like a recovery / follow-up. That's the category it falls under. But it is pretty abusable that you can use it as a starter card too, especially if you get hand trapped the right way. Like if they impermanence and then Ash Blossom you, this is going to be your only play. So that means you're just ending on a Lord. But I like that the deck, even if it gets hand trapped, that you can still end on something. Even under a Joel Unlock, you can still end on something that's viable. Then we have double Galaxy Zero. These are all, these are extenders. Your Expedition is extender too, but Excel Light can only be a starter play, because you have to have no monsters to resolve it. But these 6 right here are searchable extenders of the deck, which is really good. This is a Monster Reborn, and I love this card so much that I play 2 of it, because I want to resolve more than 1. I can resolve 1 in turn 1. It helps to draw it too, because it can fix your hand and allow you to make the board that you want to make, even with awkward hands. And then the second one comes up also. It's a Reborn, you guys. It's searchable Reborn, and it prevents your guy from being destroyed while it's equipped, which is really good in the battle phase. And then we have Rhoda, Reborn, and Soul Charge. I took out the 7th one, and I really hate that I did. But I had to have a long conversation with myself and decide, is the extra deck space, the 2 cards that I can play in my extra deck, are they worth it over a sacky 1-of? And while it is the sackiest of 1-ofs, it really is the sackiest 1-of, it's just a 1-of, and I had to just get out of that. Like, if you guys have space in your extra deck, you have to play the 7th one. But I needed to play Exciton Knight, and I needed to play Constellar Pleiades, because they were both coming up way too much. And they were coming up more than that with Saki 1-of. But if you guys have space, play Rank Up Magic the 7th one. I'm going to be so upset at you if you hit me up and you're like, hey, 3 seconds, I built Galaxy Eyes, and I see your extra deck's flexible and you don't have 7th one. I'm going to be like, I'm unfriending you, bro. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. And then for the only trap of the deck, we have Tachyon Transmigration, which I'm actually about to bump to 3. Because you set up for this so consistently. You can have a brick hand, right? and you can open 2 of these and a Photon Sanctuary, and guess what? You can still have double negates with a weird, awkward hand. Because this summons a Galaxy Eyes monster. And in order to resolve this, you just have to have a Galaxy Eyes on the field. It doesn't have to be an XYZ monster. It can be Cloud Dragon, the level 1. It can be Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. It can be your XYZs. What this does is negate an entire chain. This is a very, very skillful and powerful card. It's the best negator in the game. It really is. There's no card like it. And also it gets worse because it negates and shuffles, and you can play it from your hand. It's a hand trap, counter trap that negates everything. So they're like chain link 1, chain link 2, chain link 3, chain link 4, chain link 5 response. I'm like chain link 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Peace. It's just broken, bro. This card is insane. Negate and shuffle. So Gokis are like normal summon Suprex, special Goki, link into Soul Day, chain link 1, 2, and 3. You're like no, all 3 of them negated. Shuffle them. GG no re. And this backs up your same one of the basic bro, minimum turn 1 boards that you end on all the time is this. Soul Flare, Lord, and Infinity. This is a board that this is the easiest board to make in this deck. The other boards get more challenging, like the Griffin board. That's challenging. You have to really know what you're doing. You have to play your cards right, and you can't just search willy-nilly. Like, it's really important to not search for your searchers. It's better to use your searchers to search other cards, because that's the purpose of your searchers. You don't just search for a searcher to search and search and search. You want to search out cards like your knight, search out cards like your cleric, you know, other cards like that. You just want to search out your expedition and all that. But like, if you don't be greedy, because I've seen a lot of people go like wizard, soldier, Photon, orbital, vanisher, Galaxy Eyes, and it's like, what's the point of that? If you don't play that way, you can end on the Griffin boards, but this is the easiest board to make. And because you end on this board so often, when you open with the Tachyon Transmigration, this adds to that board to make it unbreakable practically. Because now you have this negate that's a counter trap that stops anything. Even a Chain Link 1, it can negate. This at bare minimum negates anything. Anything. Because you could just flip it as Chain Link 2 and negate. So it's always going to be a negate. Then you have a negate here. Then you have a negate here. Then you have a disruption here. And you have a follow-up because this is going to search your follow-up. So even if your board gets broken, remember what I was telling you? 1-card combo, bro. 1-card combo, bro. If your board gets broken, Photon Sanctuary will reestablish the whole thing. Broken. So yeah, that's why I'm going to play triple Tachyon Transmigration. I think this is the best trap that I've ever seen in my life. It's better than evenly matched because it has way higher competitive application going first and even going second because you could play it in your hand. Play it from your hand, which is just broken. Yeah, really, really good. I'm sorry, never mind. You can only play from your hand if you have Tachyon. So you have to play a certain, you have a certain Galaxy monster on the field to play it from hand. But it's still broken. It really is, you guys. Now for the extra deck, which is still under the woodworks because I'm just so tight on space. Double Soul Flare. I was thinking about cutting it down to 1 because of Cleric, but there are actually combo sequences in turn 1 where you link this into this, a second one, just to have 3 extra monster zones. Because there are crazy combos where your hand is amazing and you just go like this. You're like, and this is amazing because those extra level 4s, especially when you have Photon Sanctuary, those extra level 4s don't end up getting used for your Soul Flare. So you overlay them for Starleech, Photon Blast. So you have Galaxy Eyes, Photon Lord, Titanic Galaxy, Photon Blast, and Soul Flare. And guess what? All of these monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Broken! You mean to tell me they can't impermanence or challenge me? And you mean to tell me that I'm going to negate that evenly match? No, I'm playing. They can still evenly match you. I'm just playing. And it's super hard to get the Infinity. Like, you have to have the God Hand. But it's pretty easy to do it this way. This one's easier to make. But yeah, if you can get the Infinity, that can stop the evenly. But turn 1, that board is just incredible. But yeah, 2 Galaxy Soul Flares, like I was saying. 1 Hippo Shinigin, because it's still correct to make. It's still correct to play. And also, this is the only way that you can do the Griffin combo. Because your Photon Sanctuary becomes this. Because the 2 tokens have the same name. And you have to do 2 plus monsters with different names. And then you link off your Hippo Shinigin and those 2 extra level 4s, the Thrasher and the Vanisher, and you link those into this guy, and then you end up putting them right here, and then you have this zone, and this zone. So you have 3 extra monster zones that you can use. I only really occupy 2, but if I have Soul Charge, it's game time. Or if I open with Galaxy Zero, you can end really nasty. Like, if you have Galaxy Zero with that combo, this is exactly how you can end. And if you have Soul Charge, it's just more broken. But these will all be linked. So Griffin's not cutting any of them off. This can still pop. This can still negate. This can still negate. This can still negate. This is a negate. And I just hope that you have the godliest hand ever and you have Tachyon Transmigration. Because that is literally 1, 2, 3, 4 negates. 5 negates plus a disruption. That's 6 negates. But like that is like when you have every single card in your hand is amazing. That's the only time that's gonna work. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, I'm all over the place with this. I'm really excited about this deck. Those are the 4 links that I play. I play Griffin also because he's a light and he works under the restriction of Photon Sanctuary because you can only summon lights. And he's easier to make because of Sanctuary. So yeah, that's why I love him. He's a huge part of my combos and my turn 1 boards. I make them very, very often. And I even reset my extenders like my one-ups like my Reborn if I sack them, or my Photon Sanctuary, or my Galaxy Zero, or my Galaxy Trance, or my Expedition, you know, just really, really good. Even resetting your Transmigration to use it again. So yeah, he's broken. 1 Photon Lord. You actually only need 1 now because of Galaxy Cleric and also because of your Link Monster. This can add anything. And also your Galaxy Cleric puts this guy back. So thank God to Cleric and thank God to the new Link Monster. So now I can cut this guy down to 1 and, you know, open more extra deck space. He is the best rank 8 that you can make turn 1 because he's a negator. He can't be destroyed by card effects, and he also searches your follow-up. So he always guarantees you have a play. This deck has a lot of searchers. Yeah, it's really, really consistent. Galaxy Expedition is a searcher. Accelite is a searcher because they get you to your searchers. And then also your other 12 monsters that are searchers, and then you go into this guy. You have a lot of consistency, you guys. Yeah, Titanic Galaxy. These are the rank 8s that you want to make turn 1. But when you're going into turn 2 and when you're going second, hands down, these are the rank 8s that you want to make. This is for OTKing. This automatically just games people. It even comes back as an 8,000 beater, so be careful not to kill this card if you're playing against this deck. Don't ever kill this, because he will return as an 8,000 beater. With 8,000, and then you put a Cleric under him or a Galaxy Ice Cloud Dragon, and it's like he can go up to 9,600. That's crazy by himself. But if you have another rank 8, he goes up to 11,000, 1,200 attack. So the highest attack he can go to is 11,000, 1,200. 11,000, 1,200, you guys, that's retarded. And then this is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say retarded. I'm sorry, I caught myself. But yeah, this breaks boards, obviously. Against the Thunder Dragon matchup, you want to use Cypher to take their Colossus, and then, you know, link with it. You know, well, I'm sorry, you can't actually link with it, now that I think of it, unless you're making Griffin. But you could take their Colossus, and you can deal with it that way. Then you could just swing, you know, and dang, I really should play a generic link, huh, for that interaction to take Colossus and link with it, because if you're not making Griffin, you're really not linking with it. But you could take Titan, because Titan's a light, and you can link with him. But yeah, those are the rank 8s for going second. And then another really good turn 1 play is Pleiades, alongside the Nova and Infinity. The reason why I wanted to play Pleiades is because the interactions kept coming up where I had put my Galaxy Soldiers back with Cleric, or I added them back with Soul Flare, and it's like you can make another rank 5 and it's on the follow-up. And I wanted a card like Pleiades because I can use him on myself or my opponent, and he just bounces any card, so he helps you to deal with a lot of problematic boards. He also, similar to Infinity, can out the Galaxy. Can out the Thunder Dragons, because this bounces them and this sucks them up. It doesn't destroy. So yeah, that's something that comes up. And also really, really awkward interactions where you can actually end on Nova and Pleiades because of Galaxy Soul Flare. So yeah, really good card. I love playing him. Pleiades is so broken. It's one of the reasons why I had to cut the 7th one is because of him and because of Exciton. So for rank 4s, I play Exciton and Photon Blast. You can consider Dweller, because it's a really good turn 1 rank 4 too. It adds to your plethora of negates. But the problem I've come up with a lot is I'm normally under the restriction of Photon Sanctuary a lot. That's why I wanted to play predominantly lights. In fact, if you look at my whole extra deck and you fan it out, they're all lights. So I can pretty much play under Goes a Match all the time. And I can even play under Rivalry in certain scenarios. Because if they flip a Rivalry on me, I'll just go into predominantly the Galaxy Eyes. They're all dragons. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That's the deck profile. I really love this deck, and I do truly hope that you enjoyed this. And just take this as a blueprint. If anything, this is probably one of the better lists that you guys can have a look at. This list will get you a lot of good results. If you want to play competitive, you can cut down on 3-ofs for your hand traps. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm really tired. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. And you folks have a wonderful night or evening wherever you are. Peace.